Welcome everyone to my stream of Guild Wars 2. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new elite specializations coming out in End of Dragons uh, next year. So right now I'm going to be looking at the elite specialization for the Ranger, which is called the Untamed. So let's see what they've given us. I've kind of already went in there and set it up some and looked at it a little bit, but not a lot because I've been doing other games.
Score one for me.
Now I do have 3 Rangers that I currently uh, play. So having a Ranger's not, you know, not something unless they give me a wolf and a crow. I don't know. Let's see now. This says Venomous Outburst. Your pet transports to your target and lashes out poisonous
Feeling
for
ill?
enemies and apply vulnerable to enemies that are disabled. Rend and Vines. Your pet strikes enemy with vines, removing boons and slowing enemies that are disabled. Well, is this like, does the wolf do that
I
too?
chose you.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't really matter which pet I got. They've got all the same. Unleash Ranger. Unleash the raw power of your prime bond with nature and your pet, enhancing your offensive powers while
Thanks,
becoming
Solari
more
should get paid too,
susceptible to
since they don't
damage.
get to be kids. He's here. The Mad King is here.
Okay.
We spent all week decorating our house.
Alright. Let me get somewhere where there's not so much distraction going on. Come over here a minute. Alright, so what is this here? Extra life. Oh, this is all pet unleashed. Okay. Then let's see what kind of gear they've given us. Of course, we know we got the hammer. Uh, they've given me power, precision, vitality, and ferocity. This Marauder's gear. That's okay, I guess. Superior rune of divinity. I don't know. Let's see about this hammer. Same thing, force and accuracy, and then we got a sword, bronze sword. Okay. Let's go over here to our favorite place where we always like to test out the new stuff. Over here, Augury Shadow Point. Trying to get somewhere where there's not all this distraction. You got the Halloween stuff going on, and Mad King, and people running around. All right, let's see. Let's look at this a minute. The build they've given us skirmishing, beast net mastery, and untamed. So skirmishing because we've got mostly melee weapons, and beast mastery. And let's see the untamed. So first off, it says unleash power, gain access to cantrips and unleash. So these are cantrips, okay. While your pet is unleashed, its skills are replaced with larger area of effect skills. Okay. So it's replaced with AoE skills. And then you've got natural fortitude, you gain vitality. And you got vow of untamed. Your outgoing and incoming damage are increased while you are unleashed. Your outgoing and incoming damage are decreased while your pet is unleashed. Your outgoing and incoming damage are increased while you are unleashed. Okay. Your outgoing incoming are decreased while your pet is unleashed. Huh. All right. Guard, return to me. So is the pet currently right now? Is it unleashed? Can't even see there. Is this like an unleashed state that it's in? It says it's unleashed.
What was
All
that?
right. So let's see if I unleash the ranger, unleash the raw power. Okay, so now this all looks like this goes back to the regular stuff that the pet's normal stuff. And then I've got another set of skills here. All right. All right. Now, do I have to hit that again to go back to being leashed or unleashed pet? Okay. All right. So now the pet's unleashed, and I guess this is the AOE. Summon a swirling spore cloud around your pet, destroying projectiles and chilling enemies who are disabled. Okay, so these are all the area effect when the pet is unleashed, and I guess it's giving them like a little glowing aspect. All right, so let's look at this now. We've got debilitating blows. Disabling a foe applies conditions to that foe based on your current state, vulnerability, and weakness. Disables include stun, daze, knockback, pull. Okay. Disabling a foe grants you boons based on your current state, quickness, and stability. And then you got fervent force. Disabling a foe reduces the cooldown of all your equipped skills. Alright. Disabling. Alright. This says cleansing unleash. Remove conditions when you or your pet unleash. Gain boons when you or your pet unleash based on your new state. Okay. A percentage of the strike damage you deal heals you. Alright. Venomous Outburst applies blindness in addition to its other effects. Corrupting Vines. Rendering vines converts boons into conditions instead of removing them. You and your pet grant each other increased damage and movement speed when striking enemies. Huh, okay. And then they're giving us this beast mastery stuff. You um, grant each other might, great sword, okay, because he had given you a great sword. Um, you and your pet gain quickness and super speed, quickening. And then up here you got primal. When you successfully evade an attack, gain vigor. You increase precision of nearby allies. I don't know why you wouldn't want to go with the quickness here too, since it seems like you got quickness a lot in this build. Quick draw. When swapping weapons, the next ranger skill you use will recharge faster. See, you got all this quickness stuff traded, but up here, then all of a sudden you increase the precision of nearby allies. Well, let's go with the quickness here for right now, since I'm not doing any nearby allies. Let's see what we got for these different weapon skills. Alright, this is the hammer. Heavy smash. Smash the ground and damage nearby foe. Hammer slam. Chain. Strike your foe again. Hammer strike. Strike your foe. Okay. So that's... Then you got wild swing. How much damage does that cause? 938, 7, 8. It decreases as you go. Instead of building up, it drops. Alright, let's see. Damage. Wild swing. Strike nearby enemies, inflicting cripple. 5 targets range. Okay. Quickly strike the ground, dazing nearby enemies. If this strikes an enemy, follow up with a leaping strike that dazes enemies again. Okay. Savage Shockwave. Smash the ground, creating 3 expanding shockwaves that apply conditions. Thump. Slam the ground with your hammer, knocking down nearby enemies. Okay. Alright, so then we got your heal. Perilous Gift. It's got a 30-second cooldown. While active, you cannot die and cannot swap pets. When the cantrip ends, drain health from your pet based on a percentage of its current health. Huh. Okay. Exploding Spores. Create a ring of spores around yourself that explodes after a short duration. Enemies hit by all spores are knocked down. Damage is 1800. Got a 25-second cooldown. Mutate conditions. Convert all your conditions into vulnerability. Okay, but is that vulnerability on yourself or on the enemy? Self vulnerability per condition. You know, I don't like things that causes me to or causes harm to my character. I mean, how is that buffing me? I don't unless I'm just not understanding what they. I don't know what I have to say about it. Unnatural traversal. Teleport to your target, making nearby enemies vulnerable. If an enemy is struck, the skill recharge is reduced. +2 incoming damage, +2% incoming condition damage. This is only +1%. Here's another thing. I guess this is causing self. Well, I'll have to look at it. Let's see what happens. Cantrip. Surround yourself with elements of nature, gaining defensive boons and damage reduction. Striking an enemy while this fortification is active reduces the cooldown of this ability. So that's like some kind of barrier then, right? Alright, let's see something. Let me look at this a minute. See what happens when I punch this. I want to look right here to see what kind of buffs or debuffs I get. So nothing so far. Alright. So maybe it's not causing it on. Let's see what this one does.
A natural barrier.
Okay, that's your barrier. And this one is a ring of spores. Popcorn. Alright, so this is number 1. Number 2, spin the wind. Number 3, smack the ground. 4, a bigger smack. And 5. Okay, alright. Well, let's go see what kind of shenanigans we can pull off against these creatures. Let's see what happens when we take on 3 at once. So we're back to the Ranger now. So let's try this one here for. Uh, we'll replace that. Now let's go up here a minute. All right. So this is all for melee. Let's see what else you got. Unit pet have a chance to cause bleeding. We're not really doing a condition build. Trapper increase the duration of bleeding. Not doing that one. When you successfully evade an attack, gain vigor. Gain fury when swapping weapons. We haven't really been swapping weapons much. That gains quickness. Bleeding you inflict is more dangerous. That's another condition build. We're not doing that. Quick draw when swapping weapon. The next ranger skill you use. That's okay. Light on your feet. That's for condition build. Fury grants ferocity and additional increased critical when struck while below the health threshold. Gain fury. That might be alright. We're not swapping weapons that much, so let's go to that one. Alright, so now we've got go for the eyes. Nearby foes are blinded by beast ability. Unit pack grant might to each other. Apply additional boons around you and gain. Okay. Abilities inflict weakness on those struck. Great sword. Okay, we'll leave that one. Your pet recovers health in each interval. Beast taunt. Zephyr, which we're not using the axis, but I usually use that quite a bit. Alright, so what did we change here? Let's come here on change. So you and your pet grant each other increased damage and movement speed when striking enemies. Let's try that one. Alright. Let's go here and pick a fight. Wait. Let's see if it makes any difference if I go back to my standard. I usually use the smoke scale, and I usually use the jacaranda. Where is he at? Here. I usually use those two pets.
You won't evade me!
Like being caged? I'll break you down! Soften them up! Maybe I'll think twice next time. I've got one for you. Clear the air!
I'm not even unleashed. No, I'm unleashed. I'm gonna go down though because of my damages.
Assistance, please! That was too close for comfort.
Alright. Alright. Let's see what happens when I use the...
Come here.
Actually, the jacaranda has more health than the smoke scale. Does that do anything, I wonder? I don't know. Let me try the troll unguent and see how that works out. Let's come over here and mess with these guys.
There's no escape for you!
Now, unleash is supposed to give me more power, right? Okay. Alright.
I'll break you down!
Come on, get? Oh, okay. Now I'm unleashed. All right. Let's see what we can do with this person. He held me off to. I'm still in the unleashed state. Alright. My sustain is doing pretty good, but of course he's focused on my pet there. See that? He's fighting my pet. Let's see. Alright, so I'm gonna hit my heel. I'm about to go into combat with these dudes. Let's see what happens. And then I'm gonna unleash. Alright. Let me hit my barrier. Because these guys here are plinking at me. So far I'm doing pretty good.
That's how I do it.
Nothing else. Alright. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, I'm handling this stuff in here pretty good. So, I mean, that's pretty well what counts. I mean, it's not like a, oh wow, this is really fun, exciting build to play. But it is a pretty good, I mean, I wouldn't feel bad about recommending Ranger to new players. Which I already recommend Ranger anyway. Ranger, Necros. I mean, does it get me all excited like it got excited when I played the Harbinger? Well, no, but I mean, right now, being in a state of unleashed with the Ranger, and I'm pretty well got regular sustain going on. I mean, I'm not struggling from too much damage. Of course, this I'm still like on a one-on-one thing. You still need to be aware of your surroundings when you're in combat. You know, see how many enemies around you when you're fighting. Now he hit me pretty hard. Let's go over here and help these jokers out and see what's...
I'm fast as the wind.
Okay. Too bad I don't get to keep none of that.
Now you suffer the consequences.
Yeah, I mean, it just melts stuff.
Are under my protection. Get out or die. You will never reclaim this place. Surrender or burn. I swear you will die burning. And Balthazar's forgiveness. You can't
Going
win.
somewhere.
You
Breathe
will
deeply.
fall before our God. His victory is assured. Forgive me, Lord Balthazar. I must release the house, or the factory will be lost.
Look who's back.
He's invulnerable. What made him invulnerable was
Taken in reserve.
legendary forge terror. Uh-oh, knocked me down. I'm just in a constant state of unleash right now. Of course, I'm taking damage right there.
This is the end. Tables return. Release Tina. Show no mercy.
We gotta break this guy's bar. Wait, where am I at here? swap my pet to my sky scale. I mean my smoke scale instead of sky scale. Not sure. That surrounds nearby foe. Oh no, I've not got nearby foes. Radius is not very. That's more like for when you're. Oh no,
I will need more
I'm
into
stuck.
it. Maybe they'll think twice
That
next
hurt
time.
me. That hurt. No, get out of there. Get out of there. Let me go back. Let me unleash. I'm ready to unleash.
Zero tolerance.
I was in some deep
Zero tolerance.
thrill.
See, none of this stuff here, except for maybe this traversal thing, but and the barrier, is not really helping me in these range type fights like I'm trying to do right here. You know? Now my pet's going down.
I'm fast as the wind.
There's a player down. Something's pulling me in. I can't. Uh-oh. I don't know why that pulled me in like that. I guess that's part of the mechanic for this boss.
I'm in your debt.
Okay. Pet's down. Now the pet is. Oh no.
I am mighty.
I couldn't move when that circular thing hit me.
Have no fear. I'll revive you.
My pet's really taking a lot of damage.
I am mighty.
This boss is kind of tough, but not so much anymore than normal gameplay. Don't know why I got that praise Joko deal. Alright, let me see about getting out of here. Let me go back over here. Alright, well, I'm gonna call that a stream. I've been streaming a lot, and I just will have to look at it. My advice would be that the Ranger's pretty good. Seems like it's the Untamed build is okay. You just need to play with it. Make sure you look at your. Uh, there may be some other synergies in here, a different trait lines that works better than what I've got set up. But I just took the basic stuff and used the hammer, and I mean I changed. The only thing I changed was change one of the cantrips, and I changed the heal. Um, and I changed the pets around, but let me see what happens if I put a